My name is Marishia Hannemann.
You have an interesting story to tell about monk seals giving birth and all. Would you tell us?
Yes, I do. It was all by accident. Well, nothing really is by accident in the universe, but I wasn't expecting to come across such an unusual experience that definitely has been one of the highlights of my life, and it had to do with the monk seal, named Honey Girl. I never knew Honey Girl before this morning, but I used to live in Sunset Beach, Sunset Point, and I was walking past Velziland, going toward Kahuku, and if anybody knows that area, it's very remote. There's only a few houses scattered here and there above the shoreline, but beautiful white sand beach. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I finished my 2-mile one-way walk, and I turn around to come back, and as I'm coming back, I see a dark. No, actually I was going, not coming back. As I was going, walking on my route, which is 2 miles, about a quarter mile through my route, I came across this big gray hump in the distance. And as I entered the hump, I saw this black hump. And I said, what is that black hump? I knew the gray hump might be a monk seal, but never a black hump. What was that? As I got closer to that hump, I saw it was a little baby pup. And I've never seen a live baby pup, only in pictures. I didn't even know that they were black. But as I got closer, I saw this skid mark, if you can see. It's a skid mark of the monk seal had dragged itself down, and there was blood coming down the skid mark. And as I looked up above the skid mark of blood, I saw this big placenta of the afterbirth, and it was still fresh. And the baby pup and the mother were right here at the shoreline. And as they're sitting here at the shoreline, there's this big rocks of tide pools of lava, and there were maybe a foot deep, you know, very shallow, just fun enough for a little baby pup to go in there and play around like they're playing in a bathtub. I'm looking at the mother. I sit down by the placenta, and I'm looking at the mother and the child, the pup, interact. And the mother's exhausted. She's like this, but she's got one eye that goes open looking at her pup, and the pup is kind of like moving around. He's very active. He was very active, moving around, moving around. He gets into the water area, and the mother's right on the edge of the water, and he goes in and he falls into one of the tide pools. And he flips over where on his back with his arms and his little tail sticking out, and he can't turn himself over, and he's stuck. And I'm watching this, and the mother's looking at him and sees what's going on, but she's going, what I'm thinking, what she's saying in her mind is, let him see if he can get out on his own. I'm too tired right now. He's not going to die. He's okay. Let's just see what he does. So me and the mother are both watching the pup, and the pup puts all the effort that the pup can to really turn over. He's really trying. You can see him really trying. He's getting frustrated. Then he starts whining. After about maybe 5 minutes, he starts to whine. The mother, of course, like all mothers, can't stand babies crying. So she finally musters up the energy to move from that spot, move closer, 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 till she's a nose range of the pup, and flicks him out with her nose. And he tumbles out, rolls over, splashes on the ground, looks at his mom, his legs are all popped out. She's on top of the lava rocks now, there's tide pools around her. And she's still exhausted, and the pup comes right over, goes over to her, right to nose, and puts his nose and starts kissing the mother. And then starts playing around her neck. And that was a beautiful story. And then some people were coming, and so I called Noah and told him what I saw. And the next morning I got there, the whole thing was cordoned off with yellow tape, and this one man, Hana Pepe, owns Haleiwa Towing. I came by and I told him that I had come across it. I'm the one that called, and he said, wonderful, you're the first one to discover this, so we're going to name it after you. He knew my family, last name is Hannemann, and his name was Hana Pepe from his business and fishing, so he named the new baby Hana, and she has a number R4 something, I forget. You can look it up though. But anyways, that's my amazing story of monk seals in Hawaii. Witnessing a new birth and the enjoyment of motherhood. And I hope it continues on all the islands. You can learn a lot from these monk seals. God bless you. Aloha.
Great presentation.